Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that initially feels like a situation has gone the way that you really were hoping it would not. Feeling like, I don't know, you didn't get the job offer you wanted. But then we have the Sun and the Six of Swords, which is saying somebody is avoiding a problem because of this sense of loss. So it does feel like rejection is protection. It could be, a person that you thought you really wanted to be exclusive with doesn't want that, and you end up saving yourself a lot of heartache. But this is a good situation after you find out what happens when you were losing that thing or feeling rejected. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have nice weather. I was able to get outside to record some shorts for you all, which is exciting. If you would like a personal reading, you can hit me up with email, wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. And I also have a link for my 3 different tiers of membership if you want more content. All right, we're going to start with the Poe Tarot. I do not read this one in the reverse, just to keep that in mind. What else do we have? The Fool, the King of Paws, or the King of Pentacles, and Temperance. Yeah, so you end up being turned away, or you have to come up with a new plan. You have to do something a little bit on the fly, or, not what you were expecting. But with the King of Pentacles and Temperance, you land somewhere you were supposed to be. So if it's a job offer you don't get, the next one that you do get is what you were meant to have, right? Hey, Tiana. We've got, there is no passion in nature so demonically impatient as that of him who, shuddering upon the edge of a precipice, thus meditates a plunge. Kind of like when you're on the, diving board at the hotel pool and, you're just a little bit nervous. This person, I feel like this is you, had to do something a little bit out of their comfort zone, but it was the right move. We've got the King of Paws, or the King of Pentacles, a troop of echoes whose sweet duty was but to sing in voices of surpassing beauty the wit and wisdom of their king. I do feel like whatever situation you've avoided or been able to walk away from is something where people were making things sound better than they actually were. So this is potentially a job or a relationship where people might have been envious if you had secured that, but the reality of that offer, not nearly as shiny as it was presented. Temperance says, I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down. This is not a situation that would have been what you were looking for. And I feel like the universe wanted to shift you away to something else. So basically, this feels like don't worry, that rejection is not going to sting for very long because there's something better there waiting for you. It's me. I'm the problem. What else do we have? Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups is tied to the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, a sense of loss or rejection. And the Three of Cups makes me feel like this is a community, or because somebody was interested in another person. But it's like there's multiple people that have been dishonest, or multiple people that see the situation the wrong way. So even if you may not have known, or people around you may not have known the reality of the situation, you were still guided away from it. 10 of Swords, 2 of Swords in the reverse, and the Chariot. So there's a new direction. I feel if you've not found it already, you are about to. And when you see this new direction or when you hear about this new offer, you're like, okay, well, that's it. That's what I wanted. Okay, this is the weirdest analogy ever, but if it wasn't about food, it just wouldn't be my channel, right? If you've ever been on a road trip and I don't know, for whatever reason, you're not looking stuff up on your phone, but you're hungry and you're trying to figure out what like road trip, like, you know, food you want to like stop for. I don't know, maybe you really hate McDonald's, maybe you really want Hardee's or you love Taco Bell. And you pick one, not knowing what the next exit might be. And when you drive after you've already had that food, you realize the one you were looking for is that next exit. This is somebody who's realizing it was a good thing I passed that one exit. I couldn't have gotten off on that exit because I found what I really wanted. So things work out to your benefit. Two of Rings or Two of Pentacles, a different offer, a better offer, something that is commensurate with what you have to offer, whether it's love or, you know, you're a good worker. We've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Rings or Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So I also feel like this is saying it's important to remain positive, even if there are obstacles like this, because you never know when another offer is going to come through. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing? Hello, Carl. How's your day? What else do we have? Five of Cups in the reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So something happens very quickly after you are guided away from this offer. And you do feel a sense of victory. Like I'm saying, like if you find that your sought after fast food was that next exit and you didn't settle for the, that would be fine, you're getting what you actually want because you didn't accept an offer below you because maybe you got rejected. Either way, something better for you. I like it. Let's get a few from the situations deck. Oh. Trash and roller coaster. Discarding, throwing out, and highest high adrenaline rush. So even though there's a situation where you have to reject something or you feel rejected, you immediately have this sense, maybe not like within 2 seconds, but very soon after, you have this elation, excitement because things are looking up, because things were better. So we've got karmic and today, and they both feel like they're in the reverse for a reason. I feel like this is to remind you, not just in this part of your life, but in all things, that when you have that positive mindset of whatever is meant for me will be for me, or not getting too despondent over something not going the way you expected or wanted, that helps you to always have something interesting to look forward to. So you do have a way of looking forward and focusing on the future that has come in very handy or very helpful for you getting through these kinds of situations. And I feel like the universe wants to reward you for that. But they were also protecting you. This, for many of you, is about a pending change that could not have been discussed. Maybe this was a company that was about to be purchased and they're about to lay off a bunch of people. Maybe you were about to have an offer accepted on a home, but it's a money pit. There's something here where this is not where you were meant to be. There's a better place for you. Hello, Clifford. How are you doing today? This is the Energy Oracle. What else do we have? Contract or offer, right? And the Garden and the Gate. So the thing with the Garden and the Gate is it can be really comfortable to stay where you know what's going on. I would compare this to how you feel driving around your own neighborhood, your own city, maybe even to some extent your own state. But once you get into unknown territory, you're probably more likely to be using GPS. You're probably more likely to drive a little bit slower. This is somebody who was staying in a place, maybe not wanting to move, maybe not wanting to change jobs, maybe not wanting to end a relationship because it felt safe, because there was a gate, right? You can see that there's other opportunities out there, but are you going to go for them? The universe is pushing you to consider the new. That's why we had the Fool card come out. There's a better option, a better contract, a better offer, a better situation for you that requires you to be willing to step out and try something different. There are going to be some haters. I mean, if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong. See, I feel like you're going to get an incredible offer, and you might get more than one. You might get a really great offer for your professional side of life, but you might also be in a very happy relationship. There's going to be multiple people who are envious of what it is that you have built or what you have in your life, and you're going to have to find a way to kind of block that out and what's the word? Make yourself a bit impervious to that. But I do also feel like the environment you've been removed from or have avoided is one of high competition or jealousy. Drive carefully. Oh, well. This is the noisy tarot. We've got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So without walking away, there would have been some prosperity for you, but it would have been a bit shaky, a little bit unreliable. You might have had to change your job anyways. You might not have gotten along with the people that you were working with, or it might have been different from the responsibilities. You may have gotten into a relationship with somebody and felt like their whole character changed or their personality changed, or things that you didn't really like about them started to come out. This choice is about whether or not you leave the comfort of what is already there. Are you going to settle for less because it's convenient, or are you willing to cause a little bit of disruption in your life and choose something better? Or are you willing to get out of your comfort zone and try something different, right? Queen of Cups, Hermit, and Death. Yeah. So interestingly, I feel part of the reason you are going through so much right now and there's a lot of change in your life is I feel there's somebody that you really care about, someone who really cares about you as well. And you want to do right by either what they hope for you. So this could be like a parent that really wants to see you be successful, and you want to stay dedicated or motivated or optimistic, even when it's difficult for them. I'll have difficult days now and then, and that's how I feel about my parents. I'm really close to my parents. They're my best friends. Even with their horrible jokes. I'm just kidding. And sometimes those difficult days are easier to get through because of that connection that I have with them, right? This is saying there's something like that. It could be romantic love. It could be a really strong friendship that you have. But I feel this like ping pong back and forth of, if you're having a rough day, I'm there for you, and vice versa, right? Very strong connection that helps you to keep moving and change when you need to, or not be afraid of things that you know you need to do. For some of you, it's because you don't want to let them down, or because you want to show them that they deserve that kind of, respect or good situation as well. King of Cups in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. Five of Pentacles. So this ending, whatever this is, the rejection, the change, maybe even you moving elsewhere, it's because there is, I feel like what I'm seeing is a volcano. I feel like there are a lot of people that know that there could be something that's about to happen. It could be a disruptive situation or a scandal in a social community. It could be, like I was referencing earlier, a layoff within a company. But there's trouble brewing, and I don't think people were being honest about what was really happening. You're being like pushed out of the way. Like you're not supposed to be there when ish hits the fan. Strength, Chariot, Four of Wands. Some powerful energy. So you're meant to be in a better environment. You're meant to be leveling up or having I think several upgrades. I was going to say some sort of upgrade, but I feel like it's multiple things. So you may be moving into a better living situation, improving your relationship. But with the Chariot, I kind of get a sense of somebody who's looking out for you. This could be someone in your life. This could be somebody who's passed on. But your commitment to doing the right thing is serving you well. You have good karma, and it's offering this protective layer or guiding you where you're supposed to be. This is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have? Yes. Three of Pentacles. Temperance. So Temperance in the upright is clarifying Temperance in the reverse. And Eight of Wands. I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with who you associate with or who you work with. It can impact your love life. We've got like the Queen of Cups, for example. But I think this is primarily about who you associate with, who you work with, who you're friends with, and what kind of environment you're in. But this is a fast change. This is like literally somebody pushing you out of the way before you get hurt. Ten of Wands. The Chariot is clarifying the Chariot. I'm telling you, and we had that intervention card. You are being like plucked up out of a not great environment and put somewhere safe. Something is about to go down and you're not supposed to be there for it. With the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you're meant to be investing in something else. You're meant to be building something else. You've got things that you're supposed to be achieving, and you are like better capable of that in a different environment, or this environment is like not stable. I don't remember the name of the game, but there's this like cooperative game. I think it's cooperative, where you're like on an island and slowly but surely all these pieces of the board fall away. And if you're on that piece, maybe it's Forbidden Island. If you're on that piece, when that piece disappears, then like, sorry, you died. This is like removing you from that piece before, you know, quicksand happens. Page of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Cups in the reverse, Page of Wands. Wow. Yeah, so something that people are not talking about, something that may not be observable to the naked eye, or something you maybe didn't know regarding a community, with the Three of Pentacles being clarified. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance. So it's like there's a loss, there's an ending, there's a rejection, moving you out of a community or out of a space because you're not supposed to experience the instability or the chaos that happens. Three of Cups in the reverse. It's like bad energy, friends that aren't really friends, people that you can't trust, people who have bad karma coming to them, and you're not supposed to be dealing with, witnessing it or being there for it. Hermit in the reverse and the Nine of Cups. Yeah. I feel like your proximity to somebody who has really bad karma is what motivates this whole situation. You're not supposed to be around while somebody gets their karma or while ish hits the fan. And this could be multiple people getting their karma. So you're being like escorted out, but like in a good way, not like in that way that happened to you when you got into a fight in the bar. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? This is the truth is. Double life, partner engaged in secret behaviors or relationships. This does not have to be sexual or like love-based. This could be a company that was breaking the law. This could be a group of friends where people were very two-faced. Ex-partner, not completely over a past relationship. But there's something here that was a cord that was not cut. There was a problem that started because of somebody trying to cover up what was still kind of bothering them. Truth seeking. You will discover the truth about this situation soon. So I feel like you're going to get an update. What happens in this community? What kind of things happen in terms of the fallout? But you're not going to be there. You're going to be far away. For some of you, this is a workplace situation that, I don't know if I want to say that. That escalates because somebody's cheating. For others of you, this is like a business that goes under because of who they're working with or how they managed money. But it kind of feels to me like there might even be, for some of you, like a newspaper article written about what happens here. This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Hello, Key Controller. What's happening? Eight of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with someone doing something they shouldn't in a work context. So partnering with someone they shouldn't, workplace affair. And this Eight of Wands is like people are talking about it. So I think this is a scandal that starts to spread after you've announced you're leaving or after you've already left. But things are escalating. We might have Sagittarius in your chart or this person's chart. Because we've seen Temperance so many times. So we've got the Hierophant and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Why am I so nervous with this energy? Oh, I don't like it. Okay, so for those of you, it doesn't really matter what the setting is, right? It could be the workplace thing. It could be just like a social community. I'm getting like rage from somebody over a boss or a contract or a marriage that was not respected. So you have somebody that has broken trust because they did not do what they said they would actually do. The Chariot in the reverse, and it's on top of the other Chariot. And the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, so basically there is somebody who feels quite defeatist, or they are doing everything they can to make sure this information doesn't come out because they know it is like a dead end for their relationship or it causes huge problems for their business. So desperation is definitely the cologne here. Somebody who's willing to maybe make some poor decisions because they're trying to salvage something that they themselves put at risk. 5 of Swords in the reverse. The Hermit in the reverse. And the Fool in the reverse. Ugh. Whoever's trying to avoid catastrophe is failing. They go about it all wrong. It's like, have you ever watched somebody slowly fall on an icy driveway? Or have you ever watched somebody who, I do this all the time. I'll go to the grocery store for like 2 things. And then somehow I have like 11 things. And I'm like, I know I should have gotten a basket or like a cart or something. Literally like 2 days ago, I was doing this and I did not drop anything. What's up? I think it's partially because I used to serve, so you have to like balance things. But this is somebody who does not successfully balance everything that they have signed up to balance. And it's that slow, like, oh my God, do you get, oh, you cut, oh, you dropped it again. Like, it's just madness. What is it? Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong is this person's energy. They want to fix something. They can't. They say all the wrong things. They do all the wrong things. They forgot their keys. They didn't bring their jacket. They, whatever it is, they mess it up. It's like a comedy, but a bit dark. 3 of Cups. And the Lovers in the reverse. So you've been not chosen to be a part of this group, or you have removed yourself from this group of friends. And this is a bunch of people who are either backstabbing energy or talking about each other. There's some chaos that's about to happen because this person cannot salvage whatever they have fumbled. And so things are about to get a little bit wild. A little bit wild. All right. Let's get a few from What's the News. Hello, Pivo. How's it going? Oh, no. She's been around for a while. I've had the 2 wands like basically since the start of the channel because I couldn't call it Wicked Wands and then only have 1. That felt insincere. Maybe I need a 3rd one. Oh, man. Yeah, this person's caught. There's evidence. Whatever they did. This adds additional validation, I suppose, towards somebody maybe being caught cheating. Remember, that could be about illegality as well. Graduation day. This happens as you are ascending. This graduation day, this is about your spiritual growth and awakening. You're on the right path. Therefore, you should not be dealing with somebody else's, like, I'm just going to say shit show. It's a shit show. Whatever they're doing, it's awful. Like, okay, I love that show Veep with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It is witty. It is an interesting insight into like politics. But oh my God, the secondhand embarrassment that I feel and the anxiety that I feel watching that show when she continues to mess things up or just like say the wrong thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take any more of this. Like you watch a couple episodes and it's like, it's too much. This is how I feel about this person that you are sidestepping or avoiding entirely. But you're going to, with this memories card, you're going to hear somebody tell you what happened after you left, because we have revisiting the past. And then we also have the cuffing season card, somebody who was on the hunt. For some of you, you were about to be hit on by a person who is a notorious office tour, a garden tour, but made for the office. Yeah, I think you're getting a little bit of an update on this person who I'm pretty sure had their sights set on you. Because we've got my boo, official status, exclusive relationships, seeing each other openly, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal, snack, oh, and rebound. So it kind of feels to me like we had somebody that was going through this like social community or workplace community because they'd just been let off the leash or something, and they were like, oh my God, who can I phone? Everybody. Sorry. Rebound energy, heavy. And I think somebody got caught. I didn't say the last part, but you guys know, right? Right? Hello, Stephen. Hello, Khalil. How we doing? All right, let's get a few from the Voyage of the Soul. I feel like this is going to be about your ascension because I'm not sure you had a lot of people around you that were like on that path. The universe, God, source, intelligence, prayers, support, and above. Somebody is looking out for you. They did not want you to deal with this. Dimensions, vessel, and sword. Portals, astral travel, otherworldly, unseen, metaphysical. Body, nourishment, wholesome, nutrition, health, and pierce, cutting, truth, sting, and boundaries. So you had standards. That's a big part of the reason why you are not where you were supposed or where you were not supposed to be, right? You avoided this in part because you respect yourself in some way. Good for you. And I feel like the universe opened up some portal here for you. They wanted you to get somewhere else. They wanted you to get where you're supposed to be with that Four of Wands. It's an elevation. In part because where you were was risking something. If you were dealing with somebody who's trying to pursue you inappropriately at work, that doesn't sound like a good way to get work done. Removing you from that situation. Or if there's like literally a fight that breaks out at this workplace, you don't need to be there for that either. Somebody's going to upload the video of it. Come on. You have boundaries, or there is somebody here who like escorted you away. Oh, because we got the evil eye. Because there is somebody here who has definitely got some issues at this last place. I feel like there's rage and anger geared towards one person or maybe several people, and it's like someone needs to deal with it. All right, this is the Golden Lenormand. I figured it out. Sorry, guys, just took a second. Hello, Spoons. How are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. What's happening? Oh, you have a dragon? What's the dragon's name? I have a unicorn. I can't remember what I named it though. So maybe I'll maybe I'll put up a poll for the members and see what they want to name it. We've got number 14, which is the fox. See, this feels to me like someone had access to something that they shouldn't have had access to. So this untrustworthy energy, probably the person who is horrible at catching things that they drop. This person had access to something that they did not deserve or could not be trusted with that access. Somebody who wasn't prepared to run the business that they were running, somebody who was around people that they were disrespectful towards. I don't think it's for everyone, but I do feel like for a decent percentage of you, there is somebody here who felt really important at a business, and therefore they felt like they could be inappropriate towards the people that they work with. Turns out respect is actually really important both directions. This is the Gilded Reverie. What else? Choices, paths, number 22. The Bear, number 15. And the dog, number 18. So when you choose to walk away from an environment that seems like it is not the right place for you, or when you get rejected from a situation that is not the right environment for you, you choose to keep it moving, and there's a positive energy to you that helps you find where you are meant to be. And I feel like this dog energy, that's very trusting energy, right? Loyal energy. That's this person that you're wanting to do things right for, or it's the new people that you meet once you're in the community you're supposed to be. Could be both. But you get away from the chaos and get to spend more of your time around people that you actually like and trust. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is really coming through as though the community that you're walking away from has a little bit of I gotta come up with like new ways of saying this. They're really just like the naked mambo, okay? They're not so much about the salsa. Maybe it's like an appetizer. This is the man without a shirt. There is also a man with a shirt. So we are talking about people who enjoy not wearing shirts. And you've cut out the people who are perhaps a little bit self-serving, a little bit focused on the wrong things, because you want to pursue this thing that is meant for you, or that is more important for you, your calling perhaps, or just getting in an area where you feel like you're dealing with people that you can actually trust and like learn something from, right? That's the goal. Like, can I hang out with you? Feel like I respect you, but also like maybe learn something from you, because like that would be legit. This is the Love Oracle. Yes, both. Depth, awareness, importance, value, finality. So you know your value, you know your worth. You weren't going to allow yourself to settle for whatever this environment or this person or this situation was. So that's why we have somebody who's leaving that behind. And what do you walk towards? You walk towards people that you can actually trust, people that are reliable. And I do feel, if you have not already had some exciting development in your love department, there will be soon. I feel there's a period of being a bit of a hermit, finding those new friends, or maybe moving to a new place. But then we've got somebody here who is very captivated by you, very devoted. This is somebody who knows how to hold themselves accountable. I do think there's going to be a little bit of miscommunication or something that confuses you with regards to this love connection. But whatever the issue is, you do deal with it, and then you'll end up having a different perspective. You get back on the same page. So be patient. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you to the members. I do plan to do a members live stream tomorrow for the stars and the towers. And at some point this weekend, I'm going to do I don't want to call it an Ask Me Anything, because it's not an Ask Me Anything, but give a little bit more background on the channel. For example, explain why I chose the name I did, that kind of thing. Oh, hello, Aqua Beauty. Don't worry, I'll be back with another live stream in a little bit. I'm just going to eat some food. All right, toodles. Oh, oops.